With 110,000 square miles, Nevada is the seventh largest state. But Nevada's population is a paltry 2.7 million people, 35th among the states. And 2.1 million of these folks are concentrated in one place, the greater Las Vegas area. Nevada's population density clocks in at just 25 people per square mile, putting it in 44th place. But there are vast reaches of Nevada where nobody lives and few, if any, people ever go. For those of us trapped in California and other overpopulated, overregulated enclaves, the dearth of living human bodies in Nevada is one big draw. But an even bigger draw is this incredible number, 85%. That, folks, is the percentage of Nevada land that is publicly owned by us, the people. Yes, it's true that the Department of Defense has corralled and put off limits 3 million acres of this public domain for its nefarious operations northwest of Las Vegas. But that still leaves a whopping 57 million acres that we are largely free and clear to roam and enjoy. The U.S. Bureau of Land Management is caretaker for 48 million acres of this public land. With this treasure trove of public land in Nevada, you are pretty much assured that if you're driving down almost any road and spot something you want to see or do, you will most likely be greeted by one of these little signs. Please close the gate. And for sure, there are enough such friendly access points all across Nevada to keep even the hardiest adventurers going for a lifetime. That is the main reason we love Nevada. Now, here's a few of our recent mini adventures found on our land inside some of those gates we were so careful to close behind us. Some high points receive 30 or more inches per year, but most of Nevada is arid, with 10 inches per year or less of precipitation. The driest areas are in and around Las Vegas, where 5 inches or less of precipitation occurs. Nevertheless, sometimes in just a few miles, you can go from bone-dry drab to oasis-like lushness. Lush zones can be the result of landscape features which cause moisture to increase locally, or they can occur from gully-washing cloudbursts a few days to weeks earlier. We love such areas for casual drives, especially when enhanced by a low sun angle in early morning or late afternoon. Always a bonus to the experience is knowing that the nearest other human being is dozens of miles away. Parts of Nevada can seem rather stark. Nevertheless, it always pays to be alert because unique wildlife viewing opportunities may arise at any moment. Today was a good case in point. We were barreling up into the hills northeast of Tonopah to check out old gold and silver mines. As we approached those rocky cliffs up on the left, we began to notice some birds dive bombing the Razor. Watch carefully, you'll actually catch glimpses of them in some of these clips. When we finally stopped, I could see them more clearly and I shouted, "Peregrine falcons!" But upon closer inspection, it turned out to be 2 nesting pairs of prairie falcons, a first-time species for both of us. Too bad we didn't have the big camera on board for some close-ups, but maybe next time. Several of them nesting up here. Another neat aspect of roaming Nevada's high desert is that you come across all sorts of interesting stuff. Take this, for example. From a distance, it looked like maybe somebody was camped out. So we motored up for a closer look and to say hello. But there was no road, nobody home, and the van's wheels were all deeply buried. My conclusion was that it seemed to have been dropped from the sky. Who knows? Since we were only about 2 to 3 miles from the boundary of the Nellis bombing range and thus not all that far from Area 51. Some mornings before breakfast, I like to walk a mile or two from camp and have some fun. Although a license or permit is not needed, I don't actually shoot them anymore. I gave up killing decades ago. It's fun just to try and scare the crap out of them and catch it on video. Throughout much of Nevada, there are more of them than there are people. The them I'm talking about are coyotes. By blowing a coyote call to mimic the sound of a dying rabbit caught in a coyote's grasp, you can call in other nearby coyotes who hear it as a dinner bell. I've had up to 3 come to within feet of me at one time. The look on their faces when they spot you, or as you send a few rounds over their heads, can be really special. I actually called up one this particular morning, but he saw me first, so there was no video. But there'll be plenty more chances to capture that special moment. In Nevada, ecotypes often change dramatically in short distances. Changes are related to elevation, slope, aspect, and other factors. For example, Joshua trees, a type of yucca, grow only at 1,500 to about 6,000 feet elevation in the southwest and nowhere else in the world. There are bigger and more scenic stands of Joshua trees than this little group. Nevertheless, we reveled in our drive through it 10 miles from the road and 70 miles from town.
Bom, 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 bom.